one. We have $10 from After 5. Hello, peoples of the SGDQ. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to Essentia and Puaxel on the couch. Best of luck to E4 on her run, but I also have a question. Did you come to SGDQ with or without Swedish Fish? We have $30 from Anonymous. Half Minute Hero is a very big part of my life, and it means so much to see this game here this year. HMH came along at a really bad part of my life where I was dealing with crippling depression. I owe a lot of who I am today and a lot of friends I made to it. I love this event and everyone involved. Keep up the great work.
We have $75 from Ravel-Dacted Renegade. In February 2010, an 8.8 magnitude earthquake struck Chile. Doctors Without Borders started relief efforts immediately, with the first team arriving on the same day. Thank you for the humanitarian aid wherever it's needed.
Trigger name, it's like Luca Demon or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what order is on. Do I saw Chrono Cross on there? When's Chrono Cross?
I haven't played it yet.
Wait, should we? Oh, okay.
Let's just do Chrono.
Hello. Here's that.
Let's just do Chrono Cross right now. Nah, we'll get to BBS. Don't worry. We're just gonna play a couple dungeons of Chrono Cross.
Yeah, no problem.
Do Disney. Yeah.
Finally.
I thought Disney Block was yesterday.
It was, but
Nah, man, we don't need it. Is this your PlayStation 3?
Dude, I'm
Yes.
gonna do this.
Oh, yeah.
do you have game sound?
No, there's no game sound yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we can't do it yet.
They'll adjust that here soon. These people are working very hard for you.
I think we're also audible on stream, right? We should assume.
Maybe.
So don't say anything bad.
I wouldn't.
Wait until the
I'd never.
community
This
time.
place is fantastic.
Yeah. SGDQ's been good this year. Hey, what's up, Villager?
Hi, Villager.
What are...
Yeah. No problem.
Thank you.
We're looking out for you.
I like how you broke it up by the 50. I know, I know.
There.
There is a mute button? No. Oh, just do that. Just. Whoa, look. Oh, wait, I'm loud. Might as well
I
keep
forgot
it.
I was loud.
What?
Adam was like, I want the 3 most obnoxious community members on the couch for my run. What's up, everyone? Welcome to late. Is this
Early
late?
morning.
Early morning.
Early
SGDQ 2015.
Oh, Lord.
This is Bibis. Dude, what's a Trinity Archives?
It's just the Jiminy's journal basically for the entire game.
Let's see. Should
I
we
don't
read?
okay.
Want to read it?
Yeah, we might as well.
It's pretty empty for this profile.
We don't have game audio yet, right?
No.
Let's see. Dude, we have a timeline?
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
Zelda?
Yeah.
Have you played this game before?
Well, he has to set it
Sorry,
up. He has to set it up so.
Hey, I've got a time in this category. What's your time, idiot?
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, up top.
Got it.
Yeah.
Explosion.
He just got destroyed. All right.
Sorry. Sorry, that was my bad. We have $50 from Liz Dovey. You guys consistently prove that you are better at video games than me. And for
just
that, I
rolled
thank
that.
you. Death to the animals.
If I wasn't awake yet.
We in there, dude. All right.
It's just the wake-up call we needed.
Thank
Nah,
you.
that's all right. I've done that many times. I didn't apologize.
Damn.
Yeah. It was rough. Oh, we're doing standard? Sick.
I'm proud.
Anything but proud. Though.
If you did standard, I'd be like, all right. We ain't committed.
There's at least a standard category on the leaderboards.
Oh, there is?
Is there?
For some reason,
Who
yes.
has it?
Cage fan, I think. I don't know.
Of course, Cage fan.
Shout outs to Cage, man.
Like,
Oh, my God.
3 people have
Literally
done
the
it.
shotgun approach to speedrunning.
I'm just going to do everything.
I will have time in every category.
I think 3 people have done it.
Oh, God.
Should just have one like marathon stream where you just only play categories nobody has done.
I will find the weirdest
Free world
combination.
records everywhere.
Captain America.
That's like doing a proud run on Cage 2 English, though. Don't be that guy.
Look at that Cage too. You're so much smaller than the other dudes on this couch. We are literally 97% of this couch.
You are the 3%.
You got that controller grip though. Yo, can we get a hand?
Yeah,
cam
he's
in here?
the one playing off controller. We're just talking.
I'm
You
so
should
glad.
you should just be like doing no heart, just while you're
While
you're
Yeah,
trying to get
he would
game
already
audio.
be dead.
Yeah, I have to switch between profiles. So
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Understandable.
That was the one thing I was wondering. Yeah, if we were gonna do it.
Yeah, it would be. But that's quick, though.
No, it's not.
You mean like the slowest possible thing we could do on the PS3?
Well,
it's pretty
yeah.
quick.
It takes like 3 minutes for me to take it back to the title screen on a new profile.
Okay.
Well,
Well, then.
we're gonna need to add a few minutes. Because that's happening.
They're still playing music right now. They can't hear us. These guys can't know.
Are you sure?
Yeah. They're,
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're messing with game audio.
Yeah.
Oh, so can the stream hear
I
us?
really thought the stream could
I
hear
don't
us
know.
this entire time.
Oh, that's good.
No, thank God.
Because this has been real dumb.
I just assumed, man.
I don't think
It's
it's
like
dumb.
shout outs to Cage, fan.
Man, I hate hearing people talk. I hate hearing these conversations. Yeah. It's a Super Nintendo. You all play
Can we
anything?
get like confirmation
Yeah,
on
let's,
that?
Just go over there. Dude, Pocky and Rocky. Click.
yeah. All right.
We'll commentate from over there. We're going to play some Pocky and Rocky. You can't blame us. You have no choice but to not blame us.
I still wish I bought inflatable fruit, man.
Just play.
Just
Played it.
volleyball.
Played it.
I still like the concept of doing 3D, but just like blowing up balloons at each time. So you're just by the end of the run, you're just like
Covered in balloons.
just filled up. Just
All right, that was 3D.
We didn't think through this joke very well. The cleanup's going to take a few hours.
Just add it to the setup time for the next run.
6 hours.
Someone comes running in. I just lost my child. Where is she?
Oh, man.
No game audio.
Nothing.
We actually don't have a game.
We can,
It
like-
should be making audio, yeah. There should be music.
We can make the game audio.
I've been pressing down constantly to make game audio.
Yo, what's up, stream?
Hey, stream.
What up? What up, SGDQ 2015 stream viewers? Hope you enjoyed half minute.
Shout out to Timmy.
We got enough people here to just make the game audio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I mean, half of it's blank.
Ding.
I have the component if we need to use that instead.
Voligen, did you hear that?
Religion.
Religion.
Voligen.
Well, religion.
I have the component cable if we want to try that instead of HDMI. No, okay then. Okay then.
We're just gonna sit here until magic happens. Dang it! This is why we don't run
I mean,
modern games.
we have
man.
RCA cables too. Can you do with RCA cables?
I should have bought my PSP version. It was
Oh, man.
PS3
I mean-
RCA.
It's like day 4.
We
This
yeah,
is the
have
first.
Somebody has
PlayStation
RCA
3
cables.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I've
No.
3Ds up in my room.
You don't.
Oh,
want
dude.
No, that like.
Oh God.
No.
We need to make a run. To the we need to make a run to the convenience store really quick.
I'm gonna need some chips.
we don't even need the 3DS, man. We'll just go get some balloons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Go to the convenience
Go to the
store,
party
get
store.
some balloons.
Go to
blow
the
'em
party
up,
store,
boom.
dude.
We good.
We're gonna need to go to the convenience store.
I'm kind of going to stop pressing buttons now. I'm just getting tired. I've been doing this for like
On
3
the home
minutes
screen.
You're just mashing as hard as you can.
I just do
doing
this
this
when I'm doing that. Just
Yeah, same.
This is when I
Here,
go
let's just
to...
all sleep.
This is how like not intense the run is. Thumb's getting more tired on the title screen.
Wait, you spam square, not deep.
Oh, that's true. You just spam square.
This is when I load up the in-game file and do break, right? Just show
Just go
off
straight
Peter
to
Pan right
just
now.
show the coolest part. Like, that's all I really want to show
yeah,
you guys.
definitely. Should just
Peace.
show like the force fight in, like in the Stitch world.
What would be the best showcase?
Exactly.
Gotcha, take that. That's what I was
We're just gonna go do football now.
We're gonna give you the abbreviated version of this. Gotcha, take
Just go
that.
do
Fruit
some-
ball pan.
Just go do some ice cream beat for like 10 hours.
Screw it, command board.
Dude, play some command board right now.
Right
Why
now.
not?
I'll
Just
give
do
you
it.
$1 out
If,
of my
if there's
pocket.
if there's a load where you can,
Yeah, like any save
yeah,
file
just,
can do
just
it.
Yeah,
do
do
some
it.
command board.
Why
You need
not?
some audio.
I've actually never seen the command board.
Oh,
Sure.
have you seen Monopoly?
Not. I played it as a child. Yes.
Okay, then you've played command board.
Yes. Okay, I can connect to this.
Okay.
I mean, why not? Like,
Which
Yeah.
board?
So welcome everyone to our run of Monopoly.
Which
Monopoly.
board? Which board do we want?
I know of 2, so I don't know.
Okay.
The pretty.
wait, no. Which one's like really awful? Cinderella, isn't she like really, really awful?
Yeah.
Yeah, just do that one.
There you go.
Okay.
Just want to make it
How
easy.
much
victory.
command board have you played?
A lot more than I've played any other part of this game.
Wow.
You don't even have a. Ugh. You don't even have a.
I was like, dude, I could play Monopoly instead of playing like like Kingdom Hearts. This is great.
He was in the process of learning this game. He got stuck on this. Oh, dude. The truth is, I kind of love Monopoly. So in before I just take the controller from you and we do this.
I'm telling you, man, it was fun.
We're just gonna play an hour.
Only
of
6,000.
Monopoly.
Looks like it. Dude, we're the so into this year.
With some. Hey, just give it to me. Give it to me. I got this. Hey,
I
you
think
wanna
I
try
played
this?
like 5 minutes of this and the computer beat me and I got really mad.
So Cinderella like OP?
No, it's one of the easiest ones.
What it is?
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Oh, it's Peter Pan. That's
No, who can I beat then? It wasn't Cinderella then.
Oh, no.
There was someone who was just like giving me so much trouble.
It might have been Pam.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Seven in a shoe.
Yeah, that's
It's a
right.
1.
Oh,
There's one shoe.
Oh. Enjoy your shoe.
Yo, she just bought Parket Place.
park it, park it.
Yeah,
please.
Parket Place, man. Wait, have you ever played Monopoly before?
Do that roll. Yeah.
It's like when you buy
Right.
Marketplace and Park Place at the same time.
Marketplace.
Yeah, Parket Place. Man.
Park it, please.
You just park it right in that place. Right there. Boom.
All right.
Don't quit out of the game. Audio City. Sound
settings.
It makes you leave the game for it.
Dang
Oh,
it.
darn.
Didn't
This
need it.
command board already.
We were going to win. That shows my keyboard's just sitting there.
I totally forgot.
We'll just leave it.
Yeah.
I like it like that. Yeah. Like
Audio up. Yeah, do that.
Pick 'em.
Me neither.
It means every single one that you're selecting, it's tuning to that.
If the TV has it.
If the TVs have it.
Just, yeah, take
Not
off that.
Dolby. All right.
We don't need that.
All right.
Oh, I think I heard it.
Heard something.
Yeah. We got it. All right.
I was thinking we were just going to get cut.
Take that, Dolby.
Well, we can't hear you. Get out.
Just play Disney songs. You guys
play
can sing
Disney
the whole
Songs,
songs.
man. Yeah, we
Yeah,
could have
right.
just done the game audio.
Whack.
Genius.
Whack.
I can show you.
Just
that
don't
I-
forget to, when you go home, put on back on Dolby.
Oh, that's gonna.
I reset all of the settings since I use Component at home.
Okay. Makes
That's my
sense.
boy.
Oh, this is
Yo,
There we go.
now it's Disney.
Yeah.
We Disney.
We Disney now. We should have came up here with like Mickey Mouse hats on.
Yeah, why didn't we?
Because we're
Shout
not-
outs to Mickey's Diner.
Or
Yeah.
wore a mini
Ooh.
dress. Dang.
Is that a little too loud?
Lower it a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, that should be good.
That's pretty solid. What you gonna do with all this inside items? Keelik.
That was the most worthless conversation I think we've ever
And then
had.
you're introducing it with the full
And
name.
Everything
right?
that just happened on this.
Everything that just happened.
My name, you guys, and then I'll do the game's name.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, do you want to do intros?
Yeah.
That's
We
my
do it
boy.
when we start.
Yeah.
We have time doing character select, so
Yeah.
We get a little bit of time. It's like a minute and a half, or not a minute and a half. It's like a minute.
it's a minute.
Yeah.
It's a minute.
We'll
before
start
we
at a minute.
wars.
All I gotta say is like, don't accidentally hit that foot pedal.
Oh yeah, that's like the split, right?
Oh, we have a split. Dude, let's just go. Don't tell them. Get a head start.
Is it good volume wise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, you like it on. Vibrating on.
Yep.
Don't tire your thumb, dummy. God, we just talked about this.
I gotta stop doing that. My thumb hurts.
Oh, baby, I am exhausted.
I miss this pain.
How
That's
you
a
doing,
story I
SGDQ?
was about to tell, but I was like, we're just on stream. But, so
That's right.
we're just going to let it rock.
Okay, so let's go.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
Yay.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Adam Timothy.
I am J Hubs.
I'm Spike Pachita.
And I'm Asa.
And this is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix HD Aqua Story Critical Mode Level 1 any percent.
No doubt. So yeah, so I guess anybody not familiar with Birth by Sleep, it's actually split into 3 different characters. You can play as Terra, Aqua, or Ventus. We're playing as Aqua because she's across pretty much all categories for this game. She's just the most interesting. Adam's actually been running this game for how many years now?
Birth by Sleep, the original Birth by Sleep I started almost 3 years ago, September 2012.
Yeah, when everyone was like busy routing like Cage 2 and Cage 1, he was the one doing Birth by
Yeah,
Sleep.
he is OG BBS speedrunner.
Yeah.
So we're about to jump right now into the first fight of the game. It's orbs. Yeah, J-Hubs, do you want to explain a little bit about orbs right now? and why
Yeah,
they're
basically, we just need to kill all the orbs, but they like to move around a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean way too much. So he's going to be trying to collect them into groups as much as possible. The party members can actually deal damage as well. And occasionally, if they get a little bit too far away, he'll be using what's called a shot lock, which is kind of like a homing targeting attack.
There's 3 waves of this, 2 waves of 3 and 1 wave of 5 at the end. And right now, as you guys can see, he's using the shot lock to take out the second wave.
Orbs are greatly considered as one of the first part, well, literally the first part of RNG, and a really big piece of RNG this early in the run. They can kind of waste a lot of time for no real good reason.
Particularly if your allies decide to send them flying across the room and you have to chase them.
Yeah.
To explain a little bit, I guess, about the basic mechanics of Birth by Sleep for people who aren't familiar or might be familiar with another Kingdom Hearts
Sorry, real
game.
quick. Does the game audio need to be lowered at all? It just seems really loud. I didn't know if we were being picked on. We're good? Okay, sorry. We go ahead.
Yeah, basically just a little bit different from other Kingdom Hearts games. Birth by Sleep has what's called a command deck. Basically, instead of just having 4 basic commands on the left side of the screen, you have a deck of commands that you can actually switch out, and you can
3
gain
decks,
new ones. Yeah, you can gain new ones throughout the game and switch them out, and actually even level them up and combine them via something called melding, which we'll see later. And we use those commands to perform various actions. You'll start to see them almost immediately.
And what these command decks do is every ability you use dictates what command style you get. And there's one that we're going to be using due to a nice little EXP0 thing. Since this is level 1, there's a couple hidden properties that Square Enix put into this game with EXP0. Because if anyone has ever played this game on the PSP and tried to do EXP0, this game was very, very hard. So they tried to counteract with that. With a nice little hidden ability in EXP0.
Yeah, to explain a little bit of just what EXP0 is when we talk about it, he's playing this game on the critical mode difficulty. There are four different difficulties: beginner, standard, proud, and the critical difficulty, which is generally in the Kingdom Hearts games, that basically means he dies within 2 or 3 hits to everything. He can even get one shot by some things, actually a fair amount of things.
Yeah.
And generally, enemies should theoretically take longer to defeat. However, we are also staying on level 1, which is an ability that is exclusive to playing it on the highest difficulty. That's called EXP0. And it does what you would think it does. It prevents you from gaining any experience. But for whatever reason, in this and another game we run, 1.5, there's just hidden properties that we don't know if it's necessarily intentional or not. But
We're thinking it is.
we think this is intentional. I never know if we've confirmed that or not.
Yeah.
Effectively, the game kind of scales up your damage to the battle level of your enemy, and it makes some pretty interesting things happen when you use abilities that hit multiple times
It
very
just
quickly.
seems like the scaling wasn't tested out completely.
We're kind of
Badly.
dancing around it. When we get to the first boss fight coming up here in a little
Yeah.
bit, you'll kind of see what we're talking about. We'll figure we'll kind of leave it for that for you guys to see.
So
A lot, yeah. If you want to explain a lot of the items and stuff, he was just picking up there.
So right now he just picked up a high potion. He picked up another item back inside of the castle. Essentially, what he's going to be using that is for selling the commands of the default commands that he got to make his make his deck on what he wants for the upcoming fight. Basically, what are you going to be buying, Adam?
Buying a sliding dash, which is used for movement, and 3 blizzards.
Yeah, after selling the barrier surge, quick blitz, and high potion, he'll go ahead and buy all those commands himself.
Which again, despite having EXP0 on, to be clear, you are leveling up your commands though. Those
Yeah.
still gain levels, which is good.
Yeah, commands level up independently of your character, and they level up fairly quickly, I would say. And you actually have to have commands at level 2 minimum in order to meld them with each other. And a lot of them, you'll see him just kind of get the commands to level 2 and meld them fairly quickly.
It also may have looked like I had no idea how to use this game's camera. I'm used to inverse controls, and I could only just now change the camera options.
Yeah.
So up until this point, I tried not to move the camera.
All right, so coming up is the Jacques minigame.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. This run starts off with, I would say, probably the two of the, at least one of the bigger elements of RNG, are the first 2 kind of events you take place in. The orbs we talked about earlier, which caused a lot of resets for a lot of people. Not for Adam necessarily. He's just like, I don't care. And this Jock fight minigame, or this Jock escort. You want to explain a little bit about it?
So
Yeah.
pretty much what's going to happen is that Jacques takes certain paths on which way he wants to go. So what he's going to do is take this unverse and move him out of the way, and let Jacques move forward without any threat, and so no other unverse spawn. And depending on what route Jacques takes, that will just spawn unverse. And see, he got the worst situation possible.
It's one of the bad ones, yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to go ahead and move forward and get the rest of the spawning unverse and clear him out with Spellweaver.
Yeah, and Spellweaver is that spinning ability you just saw. In this game, the commands you use, like Ace said earlier, bring you into command styles, and these command styles have their own unique set of moves, basically.
The one you'll see most frequently is Spellweaver.
Yeah.
Just about.
Yeah.
Unless
just
it's
saw-
unintentional.
Right there, again, we're level 1. Obviously, this is the first world we've been to, but even then, we're starting to one-shot enemies already with Spellweaver, so you'll really be able to see the damage on the first boss.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, it's hard to really notice if you're not totally familiar with the game. But this boss, this is where we start to see the magic of EXP0 and how it's just a little bit broken when you're staying on level 1.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you guys, we have to skip 3 cutscenes and listen to the beginning of this song 3 times. But, so Adam, what are the beginning phases of this fight coming up here?
At the beginning, he cycles around in random directions.
Yeah.
You usually take that time to try to get to the Spellweaver finish already.
Yeah. Using a sliding dash, normal attacks, and Blizzard, we're going to try to force Spellweaver as fast as possible before he attacks, because the first few attacks he doesn't actually hurt.
Yeah, and that's another reason
Keep
why
him stunned.
Adam bought some
And
of those.
Spellweaver.
And Spellweaver kicks in.
Done.
And yeah,
Fight's done.
that's why Aqua critical level 1 any percent is actually the fastest any percent
Yeah,
for
it's,
Aqua.
All
it's
of Kingdom
actually
Hearts. Or for all
faster
of
than
them.
beginner.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the fastest Kingdom Hearts run that is not an arbitrary category.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, level
And since we just got a Keyblade to note, when we have 0 EXP equipped, the scaling the game does, it completely ignores your strength stat. So changing Keyblade accomplishes nothing on level 1. So I'll be
Yeah.
using the beginner Keyblade throughout the entire run.
Yeah.
Aesthetically makes it look good.
Right. Yeah, it kind of, because we're utilizing EXP0, it neutralizes all, like, he's never going to be using D-Link. Oh, well, no, I lied. I 100% lied in that moment. But you see a lot less usage of, like, D-Links and other, I guess, elements of combat throughout the game. And it's a little more focused, but you'll see a little bit of variety as we go through.
What's funny is that Aqua actually, in the PSP version of the game, used D-Links for movement a lot, for some pretty interesting movement tech from what Adam has told me. And unfortunately, in the 2.5 version of this game, which is the HD version, the one we're playing on, the D-Link load time, as you'll see much later in the run, actually takes ridiculously long. It takes far too long for it to be worth it for just movement.
Yeah.
So Aqua has been reduced down to basically 1 D-Link.
But we won't see that, and that's a surprise for later.
And to mention D-links, as we're saying, we're kind of just saying them, not really talking about what they are. They stand for dimensional link. It's kind of like a summon almost
Somewhat,
in the
yeah.
other games. It replaces your command deck with a specific set of commands based on which D-link you use, and you unlock more D-links as you kind of bond with characters throughout the game.
Yeah. So coming up, we've got what we call ice cream. Basically, these unverse that are going to spawn here in this corner, he's going to force out Spellweaver and get as much items as he can. Every time you hit those unverse once, an ingredient comes out, which we'll use later on once we hit Disney to make a certain item for to force out Spellweavers. But right now, we're just getting ingredients. We won't see that until later.
Yeah. There's 3 different... Oh, going for the jump.
Oh.
Oh,
This
you
is
got it, you got it.
stupid.
Okay, so this is actually a little bit of a sequence break. Nice job.
I was standing a bit too close.
Small little sequence
Yeah.
break here.
To get this Fission Fire Aga, which I believe we'll just be selling later, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is also used for a little bit of... Oh, no, it's
No,
not.
I'm
Okay.
just selling.
Okay.
It used to be used. Got rid of it.
Yeah.
This was one of those categories that it came out, 2.5 just came out in America in December of last year, and the category went through so many changes over the months.
And when the category was first initiated, no one really did full-on level 1. And during a race, me and the world record holder, BB, we were just like, you know what? Let's just stay level 1 the entire time. There's no point in taking off EXP0. And here's this route now, the fastest route in Kingdom Hearts. And coming up now, after getting that one chest right here, we're going to head off to our next boss fight called the Magic Mirror.
Yeah, Magic Mirror is definitely I feel like one of the more interesting fights in the entire run, actually.
Yeah.
If you want to explain I know there's a couple of different strategies different runners will use. If you want to explain maybe your strategy going into it before we get there.
My strat basically, after getting hit 7 times, Magic Mirror will fall level and you can damage him. Once he recovers from that, he'll use 1 of 4 attacks. 3 of the 4 I can punish, the 4th one I cannot, so hopefully he doesn't use that one.
Yeah.
And then he'll die on his next phase. I also picked up Poison for this fight because Poison is a damage over time command, so I use it at the start of the fight and it continues to damage him for a few seconds afterwards.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this game actually has several different status effects, and we'll see some more later, I believe,
Yeah.
where, unlike other games, you can actually do these kinds of damage over time, and Ignite and Poison are 2 examples of that. So again, trying to get into Spellweaver pretty quickly using the commands and the attacks to fill up that gauge on the bottom left. I believe that is the one that you can't punish.
No,
right?
that one's fine.
Oh, that one's fine. Okay, my mistake.
And that's Magic Mirror.
Nice.
Yeah,
Did he
the other
not-
one looks like that,
It
except he
looks
charges straight at you.
He didn't say how unfortunate. I'm so sad right now.
Doesn't he always say that?
He's
Yeah.
supposed to. I wasn't really paying attention, so I didn't notice he didn't.
Wow.
Yeah, you see, a lot of times, like early in this run, it can come off looking like all it is just get to Spellweaver and use it. But there's like specifics within every fight of how to properly fill your meter as fast as you can.
Yeah.
While balancing whatever the boss is doing. So
And we'll especially start to see that around Radiant Garden. I think
Yeah,
that's when it becomes a lot more
definitely.
obvious.
right.
When there's an imminent risk among you.
Yeah, because don't forget again, he is on the critical mode difficulty here. So if he lets 1 or 2 hits go by, all of a sudden he's a dead man.
Yeah,
Which-
exactly.
Will most likely happen in Enchanted Dominion. That's where you'll most likely
Yeah.
get sniped
Yeah.
by enemies.
This world is a huge run killer in very different aspects coming up here.
I know other runners have definitely. Do you consider this the hardest world in the run, or
Deep space.
at least some of it? Yeah.
Probably just Deep Space because of the mini game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Outside of that, then yeah, ED.
Yeah, and the reason why this world would probably be considered among the most difficult is actually because of the goons in this world.
Maleficent's goons do a lot of damage, and sometimes it just seems like they just catch you very, very luckily.
Such is the product of playing Kingdom Hearts games on the highest difficulties. A lot of times the hardest fights end up being the mob fights because they're still doing just as much damage as bosses, and there's a million of them surrounding you.
Exactly.
Also, you're noticing right here, just like you've noticed throughout it, he's using sliding dash all the time as soon as it fills up. He's kind of routing out where to use it to just dash across the screen really fast.
You also try to hit an enemy with it because that allows you to skip the recovery animation from sliding dash and go straight into another cartwheel.
Yeah, this game has some of the more interesting movement tech of the Kingdom Hearts games, especially with all the commands available to you.
A lot of the KH community, we are in love with Kingdom Hearts 2 as a speed game, but it's not necessarily in the way of movement tech that game is interesting. It's more just like purely combat.
Yeah.
I think that's where Birth by Sleep probably shines above the rest of the series quite a bit more. It's just in its ability to have cool movement tech.
Yeah, well, Kingdom Hearts 1 also has,
Kingdom Hearts 1,
had pretty cool movement tech. Most of the Kingdom Hearts games, they all have some pretty cool
Something
movement
to
tech.
it.
This one has a great way of showcasing it with sliding dash.
I also wait though for a moment to let my commands recharge for this next room.
You want to explain what you're doing in that menu, Adam?
I was equipping magnets and thunders over my other commands since they were the most useful commands for the rest of this run.
And
that-
that's how quickly you can die.
Yeah. So that shows how, like, it's almost the same thing as we had at HGDQ. I'm glad you died one time just to showcase, like, how stupid these goons are and how, like, it might not look that hard, but yeah, it takes one little hit of these guys trolling.
No.
Oh, not quite.
All right.
Let's
So
give
now,
that another
unfortunately,
try.
he's going to have to let sliding dash recharge. He's trying to do a sequence break here to get up to a very important chest.
Wow.
And the grab detection, unfortunately, in this game is, we'll call it questionable.
There are moments where you can be on a ledge and Akko, you'll move up to try to go up the ledge, and she just won't do
There
it.
we go.
Now it
Nicely
just,
done.
yeah.
That looks like it might have been, just why didn't you get that the first time? It's again, it is a sequence break.
That
It's
has given a
very
lot of people
tricky.
trouble.
Yeah. For a while there, we were doing a completely different route to get around to that chest, in pretty much, I guess, the intended way. And
That got rid of that like doing that sequence break saved about 2 minutes.
It's still, with the time I wasted waiting for sliding dash to recharge both times, it was still quicker than the old route for it.
So here's the first of 2 goon fights, and again, just if you noticed it from that one death back there, these are very, very dangerous fights. Trying to neutralize these guys with the magnet and the thunder ability. Anybody familiar with our Kingdom Hearts 2 speedruns, magnet is still very powerful in this system. So now he's charged up his finisher, Spellweaver, and everything's dead.
Yeah, quick finish. Nice
So
job.
nice.
All right, now coming up is the second goon fight.
Probably the
Which
more
is-
dangerous one.
This one is very, very scary because it's a very there's 2 sections of this goon fight, and if you die on the second section, you have to come all the way back on the first one, even though there's a lot of goons you have to defeat on this one.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous, I want to say, on the amount of goons on this, because there a lot of it's another spot where a lot of people lose runs because they'll get accidentally stabbed.
The first thing he's going to want to be doing in this fight is there are snipers or archers that, as you can see, are up there. He's going to want to pull them down with the magnet ability just to prevent that, and then start working his way across.
So-
I will
Yeah.
purposely leave one on a wall for a trick.
Yes,
coming
there
at
is
him.
a trick. Yeah, for sure.
So coming up, he's going to move up to the wall to the left, jump, do a magnet, and then use thunder, and then deal with the other ones on the wall. Force out Spellweaver, do a magnet while they're on the ground to force out as much, get as much Spellweaver as you can using thunder and magnet, and just normal basic attacks. And it looks like he's losing Spellweaver now just because of Phil pushing the goons out of the way so she can't get the Spellweaver. Using Spellweaver to catch all of the spawning goons. And it looks like they were already all dead thanks to Philip. So
you need to have,
yeah. To continue on, you have to make that wall crash down, and then you can
Nice.
use
There we
sliding
go.
dash on the wall to get up to the wellspring crystal and to the lever to open up the gates. Nice job. That's the first section of this fight down. Moving into the second one. It's essentially going to be the same thing, except he's going to be more worried about the ones on the ground right away, because there are more goons around the corner, but they can't really hit you with the wall in the way.
And this is basically the reason why he equipped 4 magnets.
Yeah.
The magnet cooldown, leaves you very vulnerable, so you want to have as many as possible.
Now what Spellweaver is going to go through. Get Philip. No Kobe.
No Kobe.
No Kobe.
Nope. For those of you who saw this run at RPG Limit Break, Adam is a dirty liar, and he's sorry.
We are sorry, Rebel, if you're watching
Actually,
right
he's
now.
probably not, but we're sorry.
Nice job.
And I'm actually not sure. Is that important CP right there, killing those
Yeah,
enemies?
I don't think I got enough, actually.
Are you going to have to
I
kill
may have
bruisers?
missed it.
Maybe kill
So,
these for safety?
yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah, there you
we
go.
Nice job.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you saw all of the commands leveling up there. He needs them to be at least level 2 in order to meld them later. And now you can see he's not going to be using it, but he's in the Thunderbolt command style. This showing that you actually can get into different
Other
command
things.
styles. So when
Yeah.
he's using the commands, he's actually using them in a specific order.
Right.
And I think there's only one spot where he can still accidentally get Thunderbolt, potentially, if it's a
Yeah.
little bit random.
Also to explain why I didn't get enough command points, though, when you're fighting with an ally, allies in this game steal experience and CP. If you don't land the killing blow on an enemy, you don't gain the experience from it.
Yeah.
So Philip landed too many killing blows during that escort.
Philip is too strong.
Yeah, Adam was talking about it yesterday. As it turns out, Aqua out of all 3 characters has, I don't know if it's necessarily by far, but she has the most allies in any of her fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's where he's melding the commands for the first time in order to get stronger commands, and he's also making sure he gets magic haste with these commands, which will reduce the cooldown of magic spells in the command deck. So he wants to make sure he has that.
All right, so coming up is Dragon Maleficent. This is a excellent showcase of basically like a time attack in a fight. You want to get Spellweaver twice as fast as possible. And there's a specific order, especially with Ice Barrage, which it has multiple hits to get your Spellweaver up as quick as possible. So basically, at the start of this fight, what he's going to do is completely deviate on what it kind of wanted you to do and go behind its Maleficent's leg.
She got a big old hitbox.
And you can sit there and just hit her all day.
And now it's very hard. The trick here is to try to get Maleficent, to try to kill Maleficent before she takes off.
Yeah.
Because when she takes off, you can't hit her for a little bit. You can target her and still use the spells, but it's pretty hard to kill her before she gets back down. And it wastes a lot of time, so hopefully you can get it here.
There's
has to
a
use
lot of
sniper.
specificity with,
Oh.
Wow.
She used a really bad pattern.
Yeah.
She didn't even use
She
the
took
fire.
off
Yeah,
very
she skipped her fire
early.
breath.
Wow, that's extremely
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Bad
It's
of
a
a
really
pattern.
bad pattern.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's going to have to pretty much going to be using the RC here.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's instant death.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
A lot of damage while in the back there. Again, Ice Barrage can hit her while she's flying.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've had to go through this. I forgot I can take damage back here.
Oh, man.
No, it's
It's-
fine.
She's just not being nice.
It's fine at this point. Seeing as he has Spellweaver, you can kill her on top of the...
He's got to just make sure his Spellweaver meter in that top left corner doesn't run out. That's
Yeah.
why main reason he tried to throw up that Ice Barrage. Hey
Hey,
there, nice.
nicely done.
So that was pretty unfortunate, but
Adam
not too
Adam
bad.
responded to it really
Yeah,
well.
very well.
There really wasn't anything he could have done about that.
Nice job,
so.
dude.
Very easy to die there just
Yeah.
because you got a bad pattern.
First cycle was about half as long as it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because she chose to skip one attack.
You were good on damage, too, was the crazy
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
That was
I've seen
insane.
That short of it. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I thought did Eric because a lot of times we had troubles. I know, kind of in at least in the first few months of running this of her getting away because Eric was hitting her too much.
Phil?
Or Phil. I keep going. Say, We Little Mermaid now?
Yeah, we were a Little Mermaid now.
When the idiot kept hitting her or whatever.
Yeah.
So that kind of completes the first wave of worlds. Now we go to kind of what's, I guess you could consider like the halfway point of the run, and that being Radiant Garden.
Yeah. With Radiant Garden, we have a force fight and 2 boss fights coming up. And the force fight is not very scary, but there is some scare factor to it. That all depends on where the Unverse go and if they get hit by magnet. Usually it's just placement of the runner, so Adam should have that covered.
It's also another fight where I could be short on command points because we have an ally fighting with us.
Yeah.
And if he lands too many killing blows, I might have to kill a few extra enemies.
Yeah, now that he leveled up, now that he has Magnera, as opposed to earlier mob fights, now Magnera, it gets a bit of a boost, needless to say, from regular Magnet. I believe Adam right here is actually going to be stopping and actually killing a few enemies for the CP.
Yeah, this just for leveling up these commands.
Yeah, That Bubble Blaster is actually Adam's cue for knowing that he's good on CP at this point.
Weren't you like short like 11 points one?
Yeah, I
one
was.
day?
I got actually just in the previous run. I got that, but Mickey managed to steal enough that I was 3 short.
Wow.
So I'll probably kill this group just to be sure.
Did we note the actual importance of like the fleeting crystals, the wellspring crystals?
I was just gonna bring that up actually. The crystals that he's picking up, he's actually attaching them when he's melding commands together, and it changes the ability that you get when you meld commands, or it gives you an ability if it won't give you one. And again, we saw previously where he got Magic Haste. Abilities are not the same as command styles. You can actually equip them, and they work kind of passively.
Yeah.
And because of that, we want to make sure we pick up enough crystals so that you can actually get the abilities that we want when we're using these melds.
Yeah, and the abilities that you get throughout these melds, they're very, very important, especially when it comes into late game. So we have to make sure we get all of the required crystals for it. All right, so
this is where you really get to see Magnera and Thunder just kind of take over a lot of these mob fights. And of course, with a little bit of Spellweaver.
Nice, very nice.
That was a very good fight.
Mickey actually hit one of the Ravens to keep it from coming to the middle, so he almost messed it up.
Yeah, as you told me and others the other day, the Ravens are actually attracted to items on the ground, and they'll pick it up and raise it up high above the sky like, aha, I got your money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
With Mickey hitting him, will force the Raven to actually fly away and not go towards the item. So Adam adjusted, and that was actually a really, really quick fight. Caught him off spawn, so good job. Here he's going to be picking a Mind Square. It was actually still short.
Still short, wow.
Mickey, I don't know what he did.
Mickey must have killed. Again, allies are pretty big jerks in this game. They can just steal your kills.
Yeah.
And all your abilities just don't work out. All your leveling up.
So what he's going to do, since he's short, he's going to come up here, kill a couple things, move back beyond the scene so he can meld the commands needed. Oh, and here's a perfect example of loading in this game. When you do a command too quick in this game, when you come into a loading zone and you do a command way too quick and it doesn't load up, the D-Link animation will come up and wait for the animation to load, and then you can do your ability. And what are you melding here, Adam?
I melded another Thunder with Magic Haste.
Okay, nice.
That will be one of the last modes until Disney Town.
And if you were paying attention to the cooldowns before, you can actually already tell how much faster Magnera is loading compared to some of the magnets earlier on.
Okay, so this fight is not as random as it used to be. But
this used to be like the worst fight.
Adam has probably found the most random ways to die to this fight of anybody else, from invisible lasers.
Oh my god, I saw that highlight. It was the funniest thing in my life.
Lingering hitboxes are an issue in 2.5.
Yeah.
I actually do really enjoy this fight, though. I think it's kind of just one of the really cool ones. He has to make sure that he actually breaks certain pieces to be able to finish off the head.
Yeah,
and he's
Trinity armor.
going to be standing in very specific positions and using abilities in the right order to make sure he's getting Spellweaver.
Got the lock on. We in there.
That was a great Spellweaver, getting Spellweaver off the first one. Magnari forcing out Spellweaver. So in his dashes, he'll dash towards you, Ventus, and then Terra.
Yep.
He's good. That was another great Spellweaver.
Ice Barrage?
Or Ice Barrage. We were in there.
And there he'll Thunder, force out Spellweaver, break another piece.
Adam's actually attempting to, hold off on breaking that piece just to make sure these white lasers will not kill you.
Yeah.
It's probably the most common way to die in this fight.
And that was actually pretty good positioning because if Terra and Ven are actually in front of you, they can tank some of the lasers.
Yeah. Now with...
and this is a great spot to stand also.
Yeah, right underneath it while the Megaton laser just goes around in a circle. He's going to use Spellweaver and finish off the fight. Excellent.
Very nice fight. That was a really good
really well
fight,
done.
yeah. It's again like, it's sort of the double-edged sword of a lot of these fights. It looks like, okay, that didn't look that bad. There are literally a million ways to die on that fight.
Yeah.
So, and he performed pretty well there. So
That's
like,
textbook.
The giant laser he's shooting, if you don't stand right in the middle, it's a one-shot.
yeah. We will have other ways to prevent just getting one shot later in the game because some of the, especially late game boss fights, can be pretty mean if you have the ability to get one shot.
It is worth noting that Cure is not equipped at the moment and will not be equipped until the very end of the game.
Yeah, we don't.
Basically, when it's required. That's
Yeah,
when it'll be equipped.
pretty much.
Later on, he'll be getting an ability called Once More and Second Chance, I believe,
Yes.
as well, right?
Yeah.
And these abilities will allow him to kind of survive with 1 HP.
Yeah, as long
a
as
little
he's
bit of
being
movement
comboed.
tech he went for there, unfortunately, landed on that ledge instead of just missing it.
Yeah.
We're talking about frames here. but-
Yeah, just little subtle, just where you actually roll off the platform to cancel animation.
You also
Yeah.
always want to roll off platforms in this game, otherwise Aqua would take a moment to start her falling animation if you just walk over the ledge.
Yeah. All right, so coming up is probably one of the best designed fights I've ever seen in a video game.
Oh my god.
And one of the funniest in this
Oh,
game.
yeah, definitely. So coming up is Vanitas.
Yeah.
And
Vanitas won.
And interesting thing about this is that he's immune to certain things and he can dodge your attack. He's actually a quite hard boss if you don't do this.
Yeah.
But there's a nice little added ability to Magnet that will just suck him right up.
A little exploit we can use right here. Normally this fight, he's got his own like kind of random counter where just after you hit him sometimes, he'll just decide randomly to teleport out of it, to get out of your combo.
Oh, first Magnet.
But
Nice.
for whatever reason, he does not like Magnet.
Yeah, and he can't seem to get out of there.
Yeah, so
If Adam does this well, he will be swinging up in the air this entire fight.
Do you not lock onto him? Because it's funny to see him
It's
swirl
not
around.
necessary to lock on.
bosses are not necessarily immune to status effects, including things like Magnet.
Yeah.
They made Vanitas interesting though because he starts off as being vulnerable to most status effects, and then each time you fight him, he's vulnerable to less of them.
Yeah.
And then the final time, he's immune to all status effects.
Yeah.
And at he wants to get him to about 0.9 or 0.8 or so bars, and then he can take him out. Very nice.
He didn't break out after like 2 hits this time. Nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, he can, if he's ever out of that magnet for like a second, he can just decide to teleport away.
Dodge, break,
and
yeah.
start dodging
All the
everything.
stacks are very powerful.
Yeah, it's if you can't juggle him with Spellweaver like you can with some bosses, he'll take 1 to 2 hits and then teleport out. So we just hold on to Spellweaver until we know it'll kill him.
Yeah.
So from here, next up is Deep Space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in a normal critical run, once you past Radiant Garden, you move on to Deep Space. The battle level here and the scaling gets a little bit more difficult. But thanks to Spellweaver, it keeps things a little bit tougher. A few things take a couple more hits to kill with Spellweaver, but you can definitely tell the difference. They're a little bit more resistant to hits.
Yeah. And with this current route, Adam's able to utilize Magnera and Thunder, which again works specifically on this first fight. Works really, really well.
Exactly.
Where there's only a handful more of actual like mob fights throughout the run, and again, Magnera Thunder is or Magnera Thundara.
We say a handful, but OC has.
Yeah, I forgot. OC's got
Yeah.
literally a million.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one thing to note about command styles is that there's actually kind of a primary and a secondary command style you can get into after getting into the primary, which he's now unlocked called Blade Charge, but he's going to be making sure that he avoids that by using the Magnets and Thunders.
Yeah. There's another command style that you can get. Nice job. There's another command style called, what's it called?
Blade Charge?
Blade Charge.
Yeah,
And that can really significantly cut your damage. It's a decent ability. It gives you a lot of range, but it does not do as much.
For the
nearly as much
purpose of
damage.
level 1, it doesn't get the same
Yeah.
scaling damage. Did we ever explain why specifically like Spellweaver gets this, and other attacks as well?
You hinted. You said multi-hit abilities.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are some, we'll see another one later on that does a lot, but a lot of the command styles are pretty much useless to you in a level 1 run because they just don't have a fantastic multi-hit ability like Spellweaver.
Now coming up is probably the best part, I would say, of this entire run. It's a little mini game coming up here. I know Adam loves it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What is the technical name of this minigame?
Do you even know anymore?
I don't think it has an actual name.
Well, we like to call it Gotcha Take That.
Yeah.
And you might find out pretty soon here why we lovingly
Lovely.
call it that.
Depending on Aqua's mood, it might just be called Take That.
What's to say?
The basic technique here, he's going to have to take care of all these little bike enemies. The technique he's going to be using is just getting up against the wall and putting your back up against it, since the enemies can snipe you from behind. And enjoy.
We got both. We got Gotcha and Take That. So he's actually incredibly vulnerable throughout this entire minigame, and that's why nobody really likes it too much.
You can-
He will die very quickly if any enemy gets on
At this point, you can actually be hit twice and
Nicely done.
and die. But a neat little thing is every time you defeat one of these, they drop health orbs and they get your health to full.
Yeah, you only have to pick up one health orb
Yeah.
and you're good.
That's a neat little thing. So basically, what he's doing right here is staying near the corner to watch all of them and see if they're going to charge. When there's just a small amount left, he's going to go ahead and head in through the middle like he is now to defeat all the unversed
Being
enemies.
a little more YOLO here.
Wanted to make sure he picked up that health orb.
Was that
Nice.
really good?
It was okay.
Is that okay?
The beginning was kind of slow.
Didn't die.
I was gonna say compared to
Didn't
RPG
die.
Limit Break, that was amazing.
Did not die.
It's unbelievably as quickly as he died from the goons earlier. It's just as easy, if not easier, to die.
Oh,
in
it's
that
way
minigame.
easier to die
and you
right
could
there.
die at the very end of it and just have to repeat the entire.
My
thing.
first run of that took 23 minutes.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it was hard. All right, so now this is like a semi-force fight. I think you can leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can leave at any point, but for us to progress, we have to defeat everything to be able to use the teleporter.
Yeah, it's the only like just straight forced fight in the
Yeah.
run we have to kind of do.
Oh yeah, and those enemies right there, they
The
actually
jellies, yeah.
those things actually can one hit you instantly.
It's groups of them can.
Yeah,
Because,
they were very, very scary.
You're gonna start kind of seeing that pattern from here on
Yeah.
out. Is this enemy could probably
This
kill you
could
in one hit.
probably kill me in a hit. All right.
One more forced fight here, and then we'll be on our way from deep space onto OC. He's gonna for this second, and then the ice cream
Ice
fight.
cream,
Yeah.
But you're going to be seeing here for the second group of worlds here with this and Olympus Coliseum. He's going to be kind of pushing both of these worlds up to the boss fights effectively, leaving those till later. Because as powerful as Spellweaver is, what we're able to do with that, we want another layer on top of that, which we'll get to here pretty soon. But for now, he really just needs to get to the point where he can get his ice cream ingredients.
Yeah, and right here, what he's doing is clearing out, doing this force fight, so he can actually come back and do the ice cream ingredients and get the ice cream ingredients.
And I guess
Nicely done.
now's not a terrible time to just explain what ice cream is. We've been picking up these ingredients, going to be picking up several more throughout the run.
There are 3 ingredients of ice cream that he's going to be picking up. The first one he picked up way back in the Dwarf Woodlands.
Yeah.
One he's going to be picking up right here, and then a third one in Olympus Coliseum.
Yeah.
And when they're all put together, J-Hobbs, what are we going to be making?
We're going to be making some ice cream.
Oh,
Some very tasty ice cream.
Yeah, we're going to be going in the store looking for what flavor we want. We want Fabricadabra.
Yeah, and basically the ice cream will will enable us to add a command into our command deck called Fabricadabra.
Yeah.
It will use the Fabricadabra ice cream and pop him directly into Spellweaver, and then he can use a second one to pop him directly to the finisher. Yeah. So effectively, it fills your command gauge once and puts you in a command style appropriate to the item that you use. Yeah. So we're going to be using that a lot throughout the late game, and that's why we got to be picking up so many ice cream ingredients.
Yeah.
So all this time he's having to build up that meter on the command deck in the bottom left corner. All of a sudden it's just going to automatically fill it for him.
So what he's going to do is move up to the secret pods, use Magnet, force out Spellweaver, get the finisher as fast as he can. I don't know. Enough ingredients, Adam?
Yeah, that's enough.
Oh, we don't
Do you
even
have
use
any
the
idea
finisher
roughly
anymore?
how many Fabricadabras you shoot for? I know it used to be like we used to just grab 99 Fabricadabras.
In a run where every fight goes as it should, I believe you need 22 or 24.
Right.
And we
An
used to get
average.
99.
Because we were like, okay, we don't
'Cause
know
we were-
what's going on.
Yeah,
Because one thing unique to the ice cream is if you die and you just retry the fight, any ice cream that you use, or just any consumables, any items, they're gone. They don't come back.
Yeah.
So if you were bad, maybe at the final fights, you would end up using like maybe 30 in one fight.
I used 75. That was my first run. That was bad.
Really?
Yeah.
So now we're off to Olympus Coliseum. Herc is kind of a wimp right now.
Hulk is the best ally because he can't kill any enemies, so you don't have to worry about him taking it. He can, but he won't because his AI is
Because he's kind of a wimp at the moment.
Well, this is actually the largest mob fight that we have in the game.
Should be a couple of uses of Spellweaver
Yeah.
he needs to get to here.
Now, picking up that random Cura drop, does that matter too much?
I can
Is it helpful at all? Or?
Yeah.
That was a lucky drop then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty good.
You'll also notice there, so he actually you also level up your what's the name for the abilities? Like high jump,
High
cartwheel.
jump.
But
Yeah.
just like
Your movement ability.
your movement
Yeah.
abilities as well throughout this. He got level 3 cartwheel there, which is what he's been using throughout the run. As they level up, they actually give you a little better priority and better iframes throughout the run. It used to be we would get cartwheel level 4 by the final fights, which helped out a lot because you could just basically spam level 4 cartwheel everywhere and just not get hit. Because of rerouting since the game came out, all of a sudden you're not getting level 4 anymore. So it does make it much harder to not get sniped in the final fights.
Very scary. So, essentially, what we would normally do is go in and do
The 10 rounds.
yeah, the 10 rounds. But what Adam does, he goes in and gets the
final
ice cream as
chunk
much
of
as he
ice
can.
cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because he doesn't really care about using the Spellweaver finisher here, popping into Thunderbolt command style is not a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And now for the 10 rounds. So the basic idea for him right now is just to get into Spellweaver and get to the Spellweaver finisher.
Yeah.
Once he gets to that point, he's clear to just use it's Magnera Thunder Magnera or
Thunder.
Magnera Thunder combos.
We don't
on
do
each-
Magnet Ice Barrage now?
It's
anymore?
actually faster to go ahead and just use 2 Thunders
Okay.
because it used to be like we would use Ice Barrage, but
Yeah.
Ice Barrage, as powerful as it is, you can see it has a long animation.
Yeah.
2 Thunders is actually faster than an Ice Barrage.
Exactly.
So from there, he's just going to hold on to the Spellweaver finisher once he finishes building it up, which should be in this next round, I believe.
The third round, he normally gets it.
Yeah, and one thing to note is that if he does die in any of these rounds, you do have to start back at the beginning. The main reason he's holding on to this Spellweaver finisher, even though you could be using it on every round, you'd be invulnerable during it, you'll generally be pretty fine, is that the round won't actually end until the Spellweaver finisher animation ends completely. So you'd end up killing everything instantly and then just be constantly waiting for Spellweaver to end. So it's better to just save it for the last fight, which has many more enemies.
And as you can see, like, Thunder there off the magnet is very, very fast.
Yeah.
I always consider this round a little bit scary just because mandrakes themselves are very terrifying.
Yeah, he always does that same thing, walks up, does the barrier. Mandrakes are the worst, unversed. I don't like them.
And they can snipe from like across entire arenas.
Definitely.
So. But yeah, everything going smooth so far. Again, he's going to save it for round 10. I know Adam and I were talking about this earlier today. Technically, he could just magnet Thunder the 10th round as well, all these jellies, but it's disgustingly risky.
Yeah.
So better to just spam Spellweaver as soon as you get in.
When you
Since,
guys,
again, all these can one-shot you.
When you guys see the first round, if you don't end up doing anything, if you don't have Spellweaver for finisher, almost 90% you'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has to have the Spellweaver finisher to clear out all those jellies.
You'll notice, even though it seemed like that was pretty fast, and it was fast enough, again, you had to let Spellweaver finish, as J-Hobbs was talking about, before he could actually end the fight.
Yeah. And though that like mob of jellies will actually kind of knock you into each other, I believe, and effectively be a one-shot.
Yeah, definitely. Give him a Keyblade. Ooh.
I christen you, my child.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so again, now we're up to the point in the run. We're going to be doing a little more selling. He's going to be getting rid of seemingly almost everything he's been using throughout the run. You've got a completely different command deck he's about to throw together. That's going to be based around mainly abusing the Fabricadabras.
With that menu, we're also going to be... that is going to help us get Second Chance and Renewal Burial, right? Yeah. That Renewal Burial, what it does is when you deflect any type of attack with your barrier, it heals you. And
Very important.
This gets you Second Chance as well.
Yeah, second chance is
So
attached to it.
Second Chance, what it is if you get, I think that's the one where
The one shot,
yeah,
combos.
Yeah.
If you can get
Don't
if
forget to
that
save.
point you can get one hit by whatever attack, it will keep you alive by 1 HP.
Yeah, and I just told Adam he needs to make sure he makes a save, and you want to explain why?
Yeah, so we just explained how Once More can save you from being comboed by an enemy. The command that I will be getting Once More from, we mode 2 Thunderers together for a Thunderga, but there is a 15% chance that instead of a Thunderga, I get a Shotlock, and that Shotlock won't have Once More.
You also
Yeah,
almost just didn't save.
Have it. Yeah, so if I get the Shotlock, I will be resetting and reloading the save. I actually did not have it happen a single time this week until the run before this. Like I just did a run a few hours ago and got the Shotlock.
And before it just cycles on us, we just can't get it.
That would be
And I will feel awful if that happens.
how unfortunate.
Yeah, so in record attempts or just PB attempts in general,
Hey, there we
Yeah.
go.
you wouldn't really make that safety save. You just kind of risk it, 15% chance or so, and your run would just die if if you got the wrong if you got the shot lock there. But
So this is all the ice
Marathon
cube we were
safety.
talking about, all those Fabricadabras. Also a coach renewal barrier there. And for here, you need to complete a mini game depending on whether you're Terra, Aqua, or Ventus.
All
here. And
three
they
of them
all
have a mini game.
Have a different one. Ventus, you have to do a fun little Disney song. Terra, you have to do it's probably the hardest one. You have to do a race.
Rumble Racing, yeah.
Rumble racing. And Aqua, you get to play fruit ball.
how many rounds of fruit ball are there again?
For like completing the game,
For just completing, this.
Aqua has 4, the other 2 have 3.
Okay. So on the 4th round, there's kind of a little trick that Adam's going to be doing. He's going to make sure he gets to a certain amount of score, and then I guess I won't spoil it. We'll just kind of let him show. It's a little bit risky, but it's pretty impressive.
Also, this is probably prime time for donations.
Yeah.
While Adam's focusing here.
All right. We have $10 from Jazerk93. I
Hey,
hope you
Jazerk.
gotcha practice, Adam, because you're going to have to take that donation to your choice. I hope you remember the other promise and join the dark side of running the DS Kingdom Hearts games. Hail Berserk from the Jazerk.
Don't think I ever made that promise.
That's Berserk. He's a handheld runner of Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love you, Drizzer.
Shouts to Draz. I hope your leg's doing better, buddy.
We have $20 from Nicholas Knox Gustafsson. Hi, just wanted to donate on Kingdom Hearts game. They are a part of my childhood, and seeing them make me feel great. Best of luck, save the animals. We have $20 from Smashfault. Foo, woke up just in time for Kingdom Hearts. Have some more money, because Kingdom Hearts is awesome. The couch is awesome, everybody else at the event is awesome, and so on and so on. I just woke up. We have $15 from Big Sis 25. I'm a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts games. I learned so much from Spike at AGDQ when he commentated for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. So glad you will be doing it again. Good luck, Adam Timothy, on the run. Shout out to Jay Hobbs on the couch. Go Hokies! P.S. Where's Albert?
Hardest trick in the game.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so as you guys can notice, hey, Goldie. The safety amount that we normally get is like 15, and then we
Yeah.
can just kind of take a breather. The AI on the opposite side is not very strong. I have seen them score 20. I've seen them tie at 22, but it's very, very a low percent for that to happen.
I believe Adam technically has the world record for highest score. What was it, 43?
43, I think.
Oh, nice.
World record out of the two of us that keep track.
I keep waiting for a video to come up on like Nico video. I'll just do like an 80 or something stupid. Check out my task. I made a fruit ball.
Yeah, so now that we went to Disney Town and got the ice cream, I'm coming back to do the boss fights I skipped earlier.
Yeah, and this essentially now is like a boss rush.
It's a boss rush. All the mob fights are done. The OC rush was the last thing you had to worry about. He's got 6 boss fights here for the rest of the game. Yeah, it's 6.
Yeah.
Here we've got to fight both, spoiler alert, it's already revealed now, Zack. And then we're going to be fighting Hades and Ice Titan, or the Ice Colossus.
Yeah.
Right here for Zack, he actually wants to throw up Ignite at a well, which kind of like Poison does damage over time. So he wants to throw up one, then throw up a Spellweaver after he pops his 2 Fabricadabras. So here's where you're going to get to see the ice cream of the Fabricadabras start to take over the fights. Ignite, pop, pop, and go straight into it. Which, as you can see, is really tight to get into it before he jumps on you.
Yeah, he comes gunning for you immediately. And this is why he got so many ingredients. We're going to be using a lot of Fabricadabras throughout the rest of the run.
And sick fight,
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done.
Now, the next fight is probably one of the most problematic in the entire run. Adam, do you want to explain? Because there's a million years of load screens. Do you want to explain why this fight is garbage?
Basically, at the start of the fight, Hades will move towards one of the 4 chronos in the Colosseum. He can either move to the 2 behind you or the 2 in front of you.
Yeah.
And you want him to move to the 2 in front of you because then he will stand next to the Ice Colossus, and you can hit them both at the same time.
Yeah, basically this is 2 bosses, and you have to defeat them both, Hades and Ice Titan. But there is a way where we can kill them both at the same time and make this a lot faster than it needs to be. Because if you have Hades alone, he DMs, like his desperation
Yeah,
move.
if you kill the Ice Colossus before you take out Hades, then the odds of Hades going into his desperation move, where he is invulnerable and for a long period of time, the odds of that go up just exponentially.
Yes.
If Hades does pull towards Adam, then the Ice Titan can snipe him from pretty far away.
Best line, though.
All yours, Frosty.
Now this is good. This is good luck. He went backwards. This is probably the most favorable position. So here you're seeing Adam he's able to get in his Spellweavers on both of them at the same time.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that he got knocked up onto the bleachers,
Yeah.
though, so he's a bit far away from the Colossus. Yeah, since they're both weak, I'm going to finish off Hades.
Yeah,
and then-
smart to just finish him off. It might be able to get a little bit of damage here on the Ice Titan.
Wow, so very
Oh,
close
wow.
there.
Yeah.
You might think, why doesn't he just poke him to death? This is still faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, at any point he could just stomp on you and you
that was
die.
really good luck. That was a good fight.
Yeah, if he wasn't knocked up onto the bleachers, it would have been...
Would have been both at the same time.
Now that was 4 Spellweavers, or that was
Yes.
well, it was 3 and like 3.05. We'll call it
Yeah.
Spellweavers. You said you believe it's possible to actually finish that
I
fight in 2.
feel like it's possible in 2, but the luck involved is outrageously
Hades
high.
would basically just have to get right on top of him.
Because the Ice Colossus can actually damage Hades, and you would need him to damage Hades multiple times to get enough damage on him to
Ice
die
Colossus
in 2
can freeze
Spellweavers.
him. It's interesting.
Yeah, kind of like Spike alluded to at the end there. Why use Spellweaver again? Not only is it's not only just faster, but so much of his command deck has been replaced with Fabricadabras now that he would be rushing through commands very quickly and only be able to use physical
It's
hits.
all in on Spellweaver, as you can see. So at this point, again, like Magnero's Thunder's like Ice Barrage, that was good for the mob fights, but we're done with mob fights now. It is just take off that 1.5 bars of health as much as you can with Spellweaver.
All right, so coming up is Gantu. This fight can be scary at some points, but it's quite consistent with the use of poison, right?
Yes.
He's invulnerable to Ignite in this fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of Ignite, we're going to be using Poison and Fabricadabras to force out Spellweaver and finish off this fight as fast as possible.
This is also the cutest room in the game when someone hasn't actually watched a speedrun and they're trying to speedrun it because they're trying to like run all the way around the room and everything. You literally just jump straight up and you get there.
The gravity in the room is actually a lot lower.
Right, we didn't just like get the movement ability.
He doesn't just have 4 times the normal height and jump.
When you walk in, you activate a switch which lowers the gravity.
For the Gantu fight, another big factor here is you can kill this guy in 2 cycles if Stitch helps you out a little bit. Stitch is very powerful. As in general, I guess just your party members, your allies are powerful in this game.
Come on.
Despite it being on level 1.
Yeah, they don't scale to your level. They're set to the board.
Oh, nice. He got the walking.
Take that.
Ooh.
Again, no cure in the command
Looks like
deck.
Stitch
so-
is helping out a little bit.
Yeah, there we go. Nice.
Okay,
There we
cool.
go.
Good deal. It's kind of hard to tell, at least for me who doesn't run the game, but like I guess Stitch was helping you out quite a
Yeah,
bit there.
he got a few hits in.
And no cure in the command deck, but do you have Renewal Barrier equipped
Yes.
at this point?
Yes.
Yeah, so Renewal Barrier is an ability we talked about. We didn't exactly explain what it did, I think, where when you use Barrier, which is just on square, to deflect an attack, it'll actually heal you.
Yeah.
And I believe everything heals you to full at level 1?
I think so.
Pretty
Yeah,
much
somewhat,
everything.
yeah.
During
if
this
not-
run, yes.
Yeah, if not everything, almost everything. And so he may get down to 1 HP a lot, but as long as he's paying attention and can use Barrier or quickly get into Spellweaver, he should be fairly safe.
Also, want to point out when he got hit, if he did not have once more equipped, he would have been dead.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Or second chance.
That is the only reason why we use that is because it saves our lives and keeps the run alive. So we're entering into this world, and it's pretty much just walk forward and jump forward, and you'll end up in a boss fight.
Yeah, it's interesting in almost every, because effectively Square Enix thought of this as like 1/3 of a world as you're going through, because it's 1/3 of the game. So almost every world contains, you have like a mob fight, and then you have a boss fight. For whatever reason, Aqua just didn't get a mob fight in this world. So instead, she just kind of walks in a literal circle all the way around the world. Which actually does have, even though it doesn't have a mob fight, we've seen enough of those. We actually get a few pieces of little interesting movement tech, specifically dealing with these little
Light orbs.
light orbs that bounce you up automatically. So you'll see him using some techniques of using sliding dash on certain little areas to skip over some platforms. Trying to try to chain his orbs together as he goes up.
That's another thing we didn't really touch on. Every story, Ventus, Terra, and Aqua, they all have the same worlds, but they all access different areas and do different parts, which all meld together into one story.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting if you want to see another part of the world that you haven't seen yet with like maybe Aqua, play Terra, you'll see a whole different aspect.
Absolutely.
Different boss fight. It's all different per character. It's nothing like really the same.
This is definitely one of the more beloved games in the Kingdom Hearts series,
Yeah,
and I think
definitely.
that's the intertwining stories is one of the main elements.
Yeah, people love that stuff.
You'll see Adam using a technique here where he's actually going to swing his Keyblade to effectively just deaden himself instead of having a floating animation all the way down.
Nicely
It's
done.
like this is something like, even though it's not combat, which is what Kingdom Hearts speedrunning is mainly about, I guess as a platforming fan, I enjoy little moments like this in a speedrun. Or just like little frame savers where he's just going to swing his Keyblade just to deaden himself.
Yeah.
Here it's actually possible. Can he get it? Nice. Okay,
Hey,
cool.
nice.
Yeah, you can just connect all those together, canceling all the little falling animations. This fight is Ignite the Fight.
Yeah.
Which again is similar to Poison, does damage over time, and is the best way to deal with the boss fight of this world, Vanitas 2. if you
Yeah,
want to explain a little bit about it.
so this is Vanitas 2. If you guys remember, Vanitas 1 was vulnerable to Magnet,
It's fine.
and was vulnerable to Magnet. Now he's not. So any attack we do, he can dodge. So we can't just go into Spellweaver because almost 100%, the first couple hits, he's going to dodge it and be invulnerable for the rest of it and dodge out on most of the damage. So what we're going to do is use a cool little trick with Ignite with 10 hits.
Yes.
Yeah. We want to hit him with 10 Ignites, and then he'll go into his Desperation move where he dives down. And at that point, we'll use Fabricadabras to...
You're going to lead with Fabras, right?
Yeah, you lead with Fabras.
Yeah.
And to use Spellweaver and trail him along in that fight to kill him off.
Because he's actually vulnerable while he's in the ground.
Yeah.
Right, and you actually want to keep him underground. Another little subtle thing we haven't really been mentioning throughout this run is just, you'll see Adam throughout the run is trying to keep track of where in his command menu he is.
2.
Yeah. So right now you don't so much want to count, because that one doesn't count.
Yeah, no.
You're trying to
3.
count his actual flinching, not just throwing up the Ignite.
Nicely done.
So good reaction there.
4.
Yeah, again, that's the use of that renewal barrier to make sure he gets back to max HP.
So he's being kind of a jerk right now.
That's 5 right there.
See ya.
Now, wow, this is actually not too bad.
Gotcha. Darkness, wait.
Nicely done. That's 10 right there.
And if this is done right, you're keeping him underground.
And
And
then
And he
finish him
dies
off.
like a mole.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
That was really quick.
Yeah,
He only dodged like
there was
5.
a small amount of time we
Yeah,
dodged.
right
a
there in
few
the
times.
middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One quick thing I'd like to point out that we haven't really touched on, throughout the entire series, the music is one really like well done aspect.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially in the 2.5 remixes of everything. So just listening to some of these tracks as we go through it is great because I don't know exactly how it is on stream, but we can hear it really well in here. And
Yeah,
it's just
I know.
like
It's like, oh, this
just
is
keeps
really
you
good.
really
the
pumped
music,
up.
the music is
Yeah.
really, really good in all the Kingdom Hearts series. So
Yeah,
please
despite
go
like
check it
we
out.
we as a community are very critical. I think mainly just because we love this series.
Yeah.
So we're very critical of all these games from like every little aspect of it. But definitely the music in the series is so well done.
Yeah, BBS does not disappoint either.
We get a lot of story dump here. We're going through a lot of cutscenes. Just to finish what I was explaining earlier, all these little subtle things where you notice he's scrolling through his command menu going into each fight. He made sure he was on Fabricadabra there to start the fight off. Just little, basically just a lot of these fights are a lot tighter than you would think. So just little stuff like that. The order he puts his command menu in so that you can
Very
spam
important.
through it faster and just knowing how to scroll through it faster.
Some things that he sets it up so that gets spell waiver the quickest and things like that. How many cutscenes did you just skip right there?
I don't remember the amount.
I know
how many-
Ventus, it's like
17.
17 on Vin.
Yeah.
Aqua's isn't nearly as bad because she doesn't have the whole Kiss fight with Terra to deal with.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
From here, he's just having to move through basically a couple of cutscenes. He has like 2 little points of movement here. And then we're off to the Keyblade Graveyard, the final dungeon of the game, which definitely has some interesting stuff going on in it.
Yeah,
So-
and one of the bosses actually has a pretty important thing about the command deck management that Spike was just talking about, where if he dies to, I believe it's Braig, right?
Yes.
If he dies to Braig, it's going to reset his position in the command deck, but right before the fight, he's going to be actually moving it to Fabricadabra, I believe, or to...
Big is the D-Link.
Braig is the D-Link, that's right. So it's a Vanitas then, where he moves it to the command that he wants to use, and if he dies on that fight, it's going to be resetting it. And
To the
again,
default.
the timing is pretty tight, so he has to not only remember to adjust for it, but also do it as quickly as possible.
So when we finished Neverland, we actually unlocked the most powerful ability in the game on level 1. And you'll be seeing it in the next boss fight.
We don't want to spoil anything about that.
It's a little sad this power is unlocked until now, but, you know...
It's. I mean, if we went through that power, using that power throughout the entire game,
It'd be
a little.
You might be sitting here like, what's more powerful than Spellweaver we just talked about?
Yeah,
but
we'll see.
We'll leave it. So here in the Keyblade Graveyard, it's basically just 2 boss fights. The other thing Adam needs to do here is you need to avoid these tornadoes, little areas. They're kind of meant to be, you go into a tornado if you're under-leveled because you're going into the final bosses, and these enemies give tons of experience. You can level up, 7, 8 times, like within 10, 15 minutes.
A lot of people had problems coming through here, and he's gonna really showcase how to get past them quite well.
We'll kind of just let him go through, and then we'll explain how it works, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty specific positioning.
Yeah.
So these are the tornadoes.
Yeah.
Again, entering any of these gets you into a forced fight that you have to finish or die to. Nice.
Okay,
Nice job.
so the way that works there, the reason why he wasn't being caught by them is he actually wants to ride kind of the outer circle or the outer rim of each of them. And for whatever reason, only one tornado can actually be targeting you at a time. So the others are just doing their own thing. If you're trying to just like stay a distance away from them, you'll be targeted by many of them.
All right, so here he's going to be equipping all of the ignites into Fabricadabras and equipping 2 cures as well.
Yeah, I know. Like, technically, you could do this fight with only 2 sets of Fabricadabra, giving you 6 total pops of the ice cream.
But that's like extreme.
But that's if you mess up the final fight, then you have no ice cream.
If I
left
mess
over.
up with, I've been unlucky past couple of days with Mickey hitting Vanitas out of his dive, and that can cost me the fight if I don't have enough ice cream for it.
Now, do you have Leaf Bracer
No.
in this
No,
run?
we
Yeah,
don't.
so Leaf Bracer would make it so that when he's using Cure, he cannot be hit, but because we don't have it, he actually is vulnerable while using Cure. That's why Renewal Barrier is often the better option.
So we've got Original Burrito, aka Brig, coming up on this first fight.
And this is where we could possibly use the most powerful technique. in the game.
But
Yeah.
you know,
If this
let's-
chat goes wrong, I will die once or twice to show it all.
Let's
Just kind of let the fight do
Yeah,
its
yeah,
thing.
quiet
Let's let the
time.
fight do its thing.
One thing I do want to mention is Adam did adjust kind of the positioning and making sure he's actually using 2 jumps instead of 1
Yeah,
to
with
kind of
double
manipulate
flight.
this. Just found recently. That's the D-Link loads there.
That's not good. I will most likely have to die and try again.
That's fine.
The problem here is he needs Peter, the bottom left corner on the command deck. He needs that meter to stay
Yeah,
up.
I need to die.
Yeah,
That's fine.
so that's fine. This is one of those. I know Adam really wants to showcase this. So.
Yeah, and that meter fills much faster when you're deflecting shots in the air.
Yeah.
And instead of on the ground, and because of that,
He got a really rough opening.
Yeah, when
from
he's
Bray.
in the O, he's supposed to shoot 3 to 4 times, and he stopped after 1. So that's
okay.
really unlucky.
see now that he's loaded the D-Link once, it actually loads much faster.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Another pretty rough opening here.
Okay.
Okay.
Nicely done.
So he's got the command gauge filled now, and just waiting for an opportunity to use the attack.
Okay.
And there goes his ult bar.
Nicely done, dude. All right, so to explain what happened there, Peter Pan has a finisher called Sword Bill, and for some reason,
It does that.
at the with Peter Pan's D-Link and the use of EXP0, does that still happen without it?
Without EXP0, it still hits that many times, but the damage is a lot
Yeah,
smaller. It
with-
would only be like a ball of damage.
Yeah, with EXP0, we're able to take out up to like 3 bars of damage just like that.
And that's the only fight we use it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't use it in this fight because we have an ally, Mickey, and with Mickey, we can't use D-Links.
With allies, you cannot use D-Links.
So this is the final boss battle.
So yeah, I guess you can get ready on time.
I think we have the
Yeah.
foot,
Oh,
so don't forget
All
about
right,
that.
we're ready on time then. He's utilizing Mickey's reaction command. You'll notice it's doing crap damage, but it's just to try to move Vanitas along and effectively his hit counter.
Yeah, so Vanitas kind of has, like a lot of bosses throughout the Kingdom Hearts series,
Wow, early dive.
very nice, has a series of moves that he'll kind of cycle through. And so you use Mickey to try to push through those to get to that dive move.
With Mickey dead, you can't hit him out of the
He's alive,
dive.
So again, that thunder there is also, he's just trying to kind of poke him into using his different attacks that'll basically keep him still. Because again, if you just like bust out the Spellweaver just out of nowhere, he'll likely take 1 or 2 hits and then teleport away, and you won't get much damage at all.
Oh, nice. Mickey just forced
Oh
him
baby!
into dive.
Oh, here we go.
And time.
All right. 112.
Nice job.
Yeah,
Nice,
very
dude.
As with
What'd you
Death
get?
on Goons.
With the 2 dice, yeah.
Is that a 41?
112.41.
Nice job.
Very
Nice, dude. Yeah,
So
that's a very
before-
solid time, actually.
I was expecting like a 113, so yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
112
great.
really good. Even with a couple deaths.
Well, and the one intentional on Braig especially.
Yeah.
So yeah, again on that final fight there, he was trying to make sure he was waiting until he either dove under, just like in the Vanitas 2 fight, because Vanitas isn't going to get staggered. He's just going to keep attacking. And then the one where he's staggered, right, or he's standing right there in the middle. Yeah. So.
Do you want to show off no heart?
So, no.
No.
Yeah, so that's Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. Thanks, you 3 for commentating.
Yeah. Just big shout outs to Adam, who's, again, like OG Birth by Sleep runner. Has really put a lot of work. You know, a lot of people in the community have put a ton of work into all the Kingdom Hearts games. But Adam, I'm glad you got the chance to showcase Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, he's
So.
been the one running the game nonstop. Go follow him on Twitch, please. He gets like 15 viewers for people watching Birth by Sleep, so go follow him.
Guy
And,
did like a 30-something hour
32
speed run.
32 hour
It was
speed run.
32, 20 something.
Doing 100% birth by sleep.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks everyone.
Yep.
Good job, buddy.
Nice job, dude.
All right, we have.